Okay. I'm like a bad influence, like a really bad person. That's why I'm glad you guys didn't clap for me. So like I'd get all my friends to do the stupidest stuff they could, like get them to drink and I get them to partake in drugs. That's bad. And this story kind of revolves around me getting my friends to drink. So I was in forensics in high school, and go Chase. I was in forensics in high school, and it's like competitive acting kind of. Me and my friend had a duet, and we were state qualified, so we're going to this really top-notch like tournament, the pre-state state. It's a big thing, you know. And so we're going up there, and it's split up, so we're staying overnight. So we have 3 people in a room. It's me, this guy named Brandon, who's my partner, and this guy named John. And John is, it's his birthday, so before the tournament he comes up and he's like, hey, dude, you think you can like maybe give me a gift for my birthday? I'm like, you're self-centered. And so I was like, yeah, sure, what do you want? He's like, well, could you maybe get some like Russian water? And I'm like, oh, whatever does that mean? The devil's water? I'm sure you guys know what that is at this point. I'm not supposed to say it, so I won't. But I get a gallon of the devil's water, and it's Barton's brand, so it's pretty much disgusting. Like, I can't really describe how much I hate it, but I get this, and I'm like, I'm a really clever dude. I'm going to sneak this in. Nobody will know. It's a big old gallon bottle. I can do it a different way. So I get like 3 water bottles, and I empty it out because I'm a genius, and I pour all the devil's water, not the A word, no siree. And we pour that in the water bottles, and bottle it up and put it in my bag and hide it underneath all these clothes because I'm a genius. And so, get up to the tournament, and me and my friend Brandon, we bought a couple of big old things of Sunny D because we don't want to taste the devil's water, so we're going to taste the Sunny D instead. So we had these big old things of Sunny D, and everybody's asking, what's that for? I'm like, oh, we get really thirsty on bus rides, right? We weren't thirsty, we didn't drink any of it, so that was pretty much a bold-faced lie. So we get back to the hotel room, and we got these water bottles full of Russian water and the Sunny D, and we set it out. I'm like, okay, guys, we're gonna have a good time, but we have to be responsible because we have a tournament tomorrow. It's a big deal, right? They're like, yeah, sure. So we go get dinner first, and we go to McDonald's, and it's like 11:30, so it's right before the lobby's closing, and everybody who works at McDonald's hates it when people come in at that time. They like give you the nastiest food they've had for like 8 weeks. They're like, we're gonna give it to you now since you came in so late, pal. And so they have this just disgusting food, and that's what we're gonna get, and we know it, but we get it anyway. So Brandon gets the Angus mushroom and Swiss thing, and I guess he's like allergic to mushrooms, but he didn't know it before this. That comes into play later on. I get some fries because I'm not stupid. I don't get that much, and then John gets a McDouble and some fries, whatever. So we eat and we go back to the hotel room. I go take a leak, and the guys start drinking. And I take a pee and look at myself in the mirror. Myself all pretty, even though there's no girls around. So that was pointless. I come out, and they've already drank like 3/4 of the first water bottle, which is a lot, in my opinion. And you can tell they're starting to feel the effects. They're slurring a little bit. It was really quick acting, apparently. And so they just kind of keep on casually drinking it, mixing it, like. Brandon's got like 3/4 of the devil's water and a little bit of Sunny D in it, so it's really, really bad. And John's like going like a really small amount of the devil's water and a lot of Sunny D, and so he's not going to get that bad, I think. I'm like, I can handle this. I'm just not going to drink any because I'm a smart guy and I got to be the responsible one, right? So they start drinking everything. Everybody's having a good time. We're playing zombies because I brought my Xbox because I'm a loser. And we're playing zombies. We're all laughing, joking. And I got to take another pee because I have an overactive bladder apparently. And so I get back from the pee, and they finished off the first water bottle. I didn't know about that, but they're halfway through the second one already, so they're getting nice and toasty. And Brandon has curled up in the corner in the chair that they provide, and is covered with a blanket, and he just looks. His eyebrows are like down to his mouth. He's pissed, and so like he just. And John is like the opposite of that. Like it's like yin and yang. Brandon's down here, John's way up there. He's like, oh, this is so much fun. You're the best, man. And so like he's just swerving all over the screen. I'm like, we should probably stop playing zombies. I'm gonna have to start babysitting. And so we stop playing zombies, and they kind of have like a back and forth where John's trying to cheer Brandon up, and Brandon's trying to take John down. He's just like, Brandon, what's the matter? And Brandon's like, I hate you all! Like just angry for no reason. And so John just kind of gives up, and he's like, well, we could get Faith over, right? And I'm like, Faith, that's not a good idea, because Faith is his girlfriend. They've been dating for about a week, so it's, you know, it's a high school relationship. They're already ready to get married and everything. They're super excited for the future. They're telling all their friends, the engagement's ready, and so he's like, well, we should get Faith over, because she came to the tournament. She's right across the hall. So he calls Faith, and Faith is like, yeah, what's up? And so Faith comes over, because she wants to see it, because he's just laughing ridiculously in the phone. He doesn't even say anything, she's just laughing. So she comes over to see what's up and walks in, and John's in his boxers, and he's like, Faith! I'm like, oh no. He's like, I love you! We should have sex! There's two other guys in the room, one of them's crying, and I'm just sitting here, no! And so Faith just kind of giggles and everything, and I'm like, Faith, you should take care of him for a minute, you know? It's a really nice thing to do. And so she kind of watches him for a bit. So I leave and I go talk to my other friends, and we're just hanging out. Come back like a half an hour later, and a half an hour is pretty much the decay time for the happiness that John had. So I walk in, and John is just violently throwing up. There's going to be a lot of this in here, so if you get squeaming, you're going to want to go. He's violently throwing up into this trash can. There's not a bag in it. He's just puking into the trash can. And Faith, being the good girlfriend she is laughing her butt off at him. She's like he was doing to everybody else earlier. My, how the tables have turned. And Brandon is in the corner crying, sobbing, like violently. Like, no one's gonna love me like Faith loves John. It's so sad. I want to cheer him up, but at the same time I'm like, it's kind of funny. And so I just kind of like let him cry for a while. Take care of John anyway. And so John stops puking. Faith leaves because she's evil. And I'm taking care of John. I have to nurse him back to health. And so he goes to the bathroom and pukes some. And like the bathroom's like right out there, so it's like it's a really small one. It's not very big. There's a toilet, you know, sink and a shower. And so John starts puking in the toilet, and he clogs a hotel toilet, which according to the laws of physics doesn't happen ever. Like those are built for if a rhino needs to poop. It uses a hotel toilet. And so he clogs it, and I'm like, well, I can handle this. I'm like a plumber, right? So I take off the porcelain top and I put it on the sink and I start filling around. And it flushes, no problem. He clogs it 2 more times before he's done. So I'm like, what is wrong with you? What did you eat? And so he's fine. We go back to the room, and Brandon has completely bundled up and is in the fetal position underneath the comforter on the side, weeping. John, stay there, laugh to yourself some more, whatever. I'm going to go take care of Brandon. So I go, I'm like, Brandon, what's the matter? And we had like a really deep heart to heart. It was intense. And so he gets me in a better, he gets me in a better mood. And so John decides he has to puke again because I don't know anymore. I don't even think he has like anything left in his stomach. He's just puking organs. And so he goes to the bathroom to puke again. He starts puking, and Brandon's like, that sounds really bad. Is John okay? And I'm like, yeah, he's fine. He's like, because John's my friend, and I want him to be okay. And I'm like, Brandon, he's fine. Okay, calm down. So Brandon's like, okay. And I go check on John, and just clog the toilet again. So I take the porcelain top off, and I put it on the sink, and I fill it around, and it flushes. And I shut the door behind me, and out of nowhere, you just hear like this loud boom, and it's the door slamming, and I'm like, what? And everything goes into slow motion as that boom stops. It's like, boom! And I'm like, I look, and Brandon has like charged the room, and he hits the porcelain top off the toilet, and knocks it to the ground. I'm like, no! And Brandon's like, and John's like, and I'm like, no! So I reach out and grab the top and I like get it right before it shatters on the ground, which would have been a fiasco, right? Oh, it gets worse. So I put the top on, and like when I'm putting the top on, Brandon throws John, who is still puking, into the bathtub. Throws him. So like John goes, and he's still going, and it's disgusting. I'm like, oh, dude! And then John like starts laughing as his head hits the bathtub. He's just like funking. He's like, dude! He gets up and like he's like, okay, Brandon, move over. And Brandon's puking, so he pushes Brandon out of the way, and then John pushes Brandon. It's like this big old back and forth. And at this point, if I don't laugh, I have to cry. So I start crying instead of laughing because there's nothing funny about this to me. And eventually, Brandon stops. John's still going strong, and he like looks up at me to laugh while he's like and like he's angled just right, so he's not even close to the toilet anymore. In mid laugh, Yeah, we all know what happens. He pukes, and it's a lot. Like it's not like a puddle. It's a pile of vomit. And it's disgusting in every way, shape, and form. Hope you guys didn't want to eat. And so Brandon just like watches that and he's like, oh no, and I'm like, dude, you gotta go sit down. It's like, bro, I gotta help. John's my friend. I have to take care of him. I gotta help him. John's just laughing because he's destroyed the floor and he doesn't even care. And Brandon's like, I'm gonna help. And he gets down on his hands and knees, doesn't do anything to cover his hands, and scoops up vomit and throws it in the toilet. But like, John's still trying to puke, and so he's throwing it into the toilet and on John.